Hello, I'm Luke Neller and welcome back to a new season of Best Replays of the Week. In this episode, we have an IS-3 from Sparta, the most dangerous of baguettes, and a sniper with perfect aim. Let's rock and roll! The AMX Chasseur de Chars was a design for a lightning-fast tank destroyer, but in World of Tanks, it's a very unusual medium tank. Its speed and fast-aiming gun make it well-suited for the support role, as the EU's region's Havoc 199 will now demonstrate on mines. The battle starts and the CDC leaps forward. It's a huge target and armored like a crisp baguette, but it sure can move. The battle on the hill is short but intense. Losing the heavy autoloader is unfortunate, and Havoc will have to make the sacrifice count. The KV-4 is looking this way, so Havoc helps take out a distant 1390 instead. Eventually, the KV does look away, and Havoc gets to safely take a shot. What do we have here? An unsuspecting Loewe, T-30, and T-54E1. They all get some attention, but the Tier 9 American autoloader becomes the first kill of the match. Fun fact, the Baguette's gun sits very high on the turret, and the cupola is small and flat. Havoc is free to take shots at the T-30 in relative safety. Having fast aim and a good gun depression doesn't hurt either. Your next T-34, it's like shooting fish in a barrel. Oh ho ho, a Tier 9 TD showing its butt. This won't take long. Notice how Havoc switches targets and goes for the E-50 rather than chasing the kill on the Waffenträger. A Confederate fights for the team, not for personal glory. Maybe the pressure of the approaching victory is getting to Havoc. Several quick shots miss or fail to penetrate, but the tactical choices are still good. The enemies are pinned down, and the capture is ticking along slowly, so Havoc heads out to find the remaining enemies. One more shot on that damaged Waffenträger, and an ally hammers in the final nail. Just 2 left now. The second TD dies before Havoc can get to it, and the final charge on the artillery piece is just a second too late. Victory by capture. Nice! That was pretty much perfect support play, and a nice demonstration on how to use this premium tank. Congratulations, Havoc! Next up, a Top Gun game from the American region as Wodan 155 rides the iconic M4 Sherman down to the fjords. Wodan lands in top tier, and the tank is armed with the 105mm howitzer. I guess we're about to see just how hard a Sherman can carry. A shot on the move and a nice dodge start the action. A brief swim later, the Little Marder 2 opens the kill tally. Wodan gets into position and starts lobbing shells. The first target gets away, but the next 4 kills happen like clockwork. Poor little thing with its single hit point. It's a kindness, really. 6 enemies down, but the allies are dropping like flies. Only the Arty has actually managed a kill. Wodan doesn't seem too concerned though, and calmly picks off the 7th victim. The last ally dies and the game is 1 against 7. A heat round punches through the side of the KV-1S, but it's not enough to finish it off. A second shot takes care of that, but the enemy Arty has time to land a shot as well. Heavily outnumbered and under a constant Arty threat, Wodan needs to be very careful. Another heat round is just the thing for taking out the rival Sherman. With either luck or skill, an enemy SPG strikes home again and leaves the Sherman with 11 hit points. Undaunted, Wodan drives straight at the Kappas and destroys the M2 with a quick shot. The Sherman retreats just in time as Arty strikes within a few meters. The enemy rolls out in a challenge and comes close to landing its shot. Wodan's first shot must have disabled its engine, and it dies on the spot. And now to clear the cap zone. Arty hits close several times, but it's not enough to save the little Panzer. The enemies are down to a couple of SPGs, but the Sherman can't risk any damage. Wodan sets up another ambush and waits. One SPG turns up and gets neatly picked off with a single shot. Wodan moves right away, and the expected shot doesn't come even close. It's a straight-up duel now. Bodan takes the long way around, but doesn't get far before the Birch gun starts a capture. Can I be spotted from here? Nope. Bodan is very cautious, and the last enemy doesn't even get a shot off. Victory with 14 kills. Top Gun in low tier, but that was still very impressive. Congratulations to the Top Gun of the Week. The ISU-152 is a true sniper's tool. The armor is thin, the agility is poor, and you often need a spotter to see your target. But it's stealthy, and the gun can kill anything. Our sniper of the week is the Thing 13 from the EU servers, and their killing ground is Ihalu. As the first victim drives into view, the sniper aims, holds a breath, and boom! The enemy TD is gone in a flash. The spotters aren't calling any more targets here, so the sniper moves to stern the tide in the northwest. The AMX CDC survives the hit, but a second shot puts it down for good. Over 500 meters away, moving targets and a small gap? Not a problem. The team is losing the fight though, and the sniper needs to pick up the pace. First, this T-150. Then the KV-4. And the CDC. That should even things out a bit. This Panther is probably trying to be sneaky. It doesn't work. The platoon mate deals with another T-150, and the sniper takes out a reckless KV-85. The team is finally in the lead with just 2 enemies to go. The sniper decides to become an action hero and charges down the slope at the rival Su-152. The platoon mate helps out, but it comes at a cost. Charging into close combat almost leads to a disaster, but in the end, it's a victory, with 9 kills. Flawless shooting with a temperamental gun. It's one of the finest sniper displays we've seen, but there may be a lesson to be learnt in those final moments. The heavy breakthrough tank IS-3 is the signature vehicle of tournament play. Its ability to take hits and bounce shots is legendary, but the driver needs to know what they are doing. The map is Tundra on the EU cluster. Grizio is in the middle of the pack, and that's a lot of big guns on the enemy team. Let's see how it goes. Grizio drives straight through the western choke point and meets a strong enemy push. A couple of allies give fire support from further back, but it's the lone IS-3 standing defiant that stops the enemy force in their tracks. A brave IS-6 charges through and opens fire on our lone hero's flank. The allies cower behind their rock, and Grizio has to deal with the IS-6 in addition to fending off the main assault. More enemies keep turning up. The IS-3 is fending off 6 of them now. Eventually, the Super Pershing rolls out to help, but it's quickly overwhelmed by the torrent of incoming fire. The IS-3 withstands everything being thrown at it, and whittles the enemies down one by one. The Jagdtiger seems almost indestructible, but if at first you don't succeed, try again. When the enemies are down to a single T-29, the E-75 finally rolls out to do battle. Grizio fluffs a shot and the kill goes to the ally. It doesn't matter, the enemy force is gone and the pass is secure. And with that, their game is all but won. The enemies are down to a single TD, which is hunted down and destroyed. Victory to the indestructible IS-3. That was some great defensive play from Grizio. Congratulations, Steel Wall of the Week. Our last replay features a KV-2 with the 152mm howitzer, the infamous Dirt Gun. Sanhoek from the EU region takes the old bunker buster to Westfield and lands in a Tier 8 battle. The enemy lineup looks intimidating, with a lot of Tier 8s. It makes you wonder how much an old KV-2 can do in a fight like this. If you guys could move a little... Thank you. You can have the second shot. This one looks soft, but the shot doesn't penetrate. Let's try again. Now that's more like it. Now the IS-3. This bunch of enemies are done, so Sanhoek heads back to defend the base. There's the Kappa. With a gun like this, a reset shot doesn't actually need to hit. Like this. The KV is also a sniper. And again, death from above. And again, death from above. The EOC is fast, but not fast enough. That just leaves the T-32. The Tier 8 Heavy thinks it can win the long-range duel, but their KV dances like a butterfly and hits like a truck. The enemy takes several punishing hits, until it's suddenly all over. Victory for the underdog. That was beautiful. The KV-2 was definitely the star player on the team. Congratulations on your crucial contribution, Senhoek. And that's all for this week. I'm glad to be back and I hope you enjoyed the show. Please remember, keep sending in your replay. We do need them still. Anyway, I'm Luke Neller. Thanks for watching.